Youth make up a large population of the Nigerian, or rather a large percentage of the Nigerian population. But while some have carved a niche for themselves in different fields, some others have not really been good ambassadors. Now, with the popularity of social and new media, which have made youth become great influencers and has also made them participate in critical conversations, some are still asking how these successes have influenced the larger population of Nigerian youth. And to celebrate youths globally, the United Nations General Assembly set aside August 12th to mark International Youth Day. What is the essence of the day? Is it to give opportunity to celebrate the voices of young people, as well as initiatives and engagements that enhance their cause? Well, over time, many have explained why more opportunities should be given to young persons to enhance their contributions to nation building. And this year's focus is on youth engagement for global action. And an attempt is being made to highlight ways through which the engagement of young people at all levels can be enriched. The Not Too Young to Run bill, which received presidential assent, was part of government's support for political participation of young persons. All these issues inform the focus of Nigeria Today on youth response to national development. Thanks for joining us. I am Anne Jibuno. Now, joining us via Zoom from Lafia, Nasarawa State, is the Special Assistant to the Nasarawa State Governor on Investment and Economic Planning, Ibrahim Adamu Abdullahi. Good to have you join us.
Thank you very much, Anne, for having me.
And here in the studio, Abuja studio, is Remigius Wanwu. He is the national leader, Movement of Progressive Youth of Nigeria. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Okay, I'll start with you, Ibrahim Adamu Abdullahi. You are a young person. What does this International Youth Day mean to you?
Thank you very much, Anne. The International Youth Day, for me and for many young people around the country and all over the parts of Africa and the world, is a day to celebrate the achievement and involvement of young people taking local actions in communities and changing the world around them. Youth participation in governance and in community action is no doubt the most sustainable way of achieving development goals. So as we celebrate the International Youth Day this year in 2020, amidst one of the most challenging times in recent years, the COVID-19 pandemic, this calls for reflection for us as young people and for the world entirely to celebrate the achievements and contributions that young people can make to development, both at community level and also at a global level.
Okay, is that what it means to you? I want to know your own personal, what it means to you as a person, as a young person.
Well, personally, this day for me is a call for more young people to get involved in community action, in national development, and also in the development of the global community. So it is a day to call for more participation of young people, for more young people to take action. So for me, as we celebrate this day, this is what it means for me.
Thank you. Remigius, let's get your own take on it. So what does it mean to you as a young person?
To me, as a young person, as a young political leader, I consider it as a day of personal assessment, categorically in an effort to make contributions in the New Nigeria project, as well as national rebate, talking about the anti-corruption fight, the focus of the current administration to chase away corruption in our society. As a young person, today offers me the opportunity for personal assessment, where I make reflections on my activities in the past, preparing myself for leadership after now.
Now, I'll still stay with you, Remigius. Let's look at the young people in Nigeria, Nigerian youth. How are they taking advantage of days like this? From your experience, you are a grassroots person. How are they taking advantage of days like the International Youth Day? We celebrate them every year. How are they taking advantage?
Speaking culturally, we have not had this event periodically celebrated in our domestic environment, talking about Nigeria, successively. I recall we were here last year on a Good Morning Nigeria program to discuss on investing in the youth, marking the International Youth Day celebration. And there was a call on our leaders to create opportunities that will warrant Nigeria youth to make concerted efforts and make a clear-cut participation in leadership and politics. I think the opportunity for Nigeria youth at large to make their impact has been created, given the creation of the Nigeria Youth Investment Fund by the federal government in July this year. So far so good. We are making a strategic progress in this light.
All right, Adamu, Ibrahim Adamu, let's take a look at youth engagement and issues centered around self-reliance. They are on the front burner today as the day is being marked. Now, Ibrahim, do you think Nigerian youth are availing themselves of these opportunities? Remy just mentioned, like the fund that has been created. Do you think Nigerian youth are availing themselves of these opportunities?
Yes, I certainly think so. Nigerian youths are some of the most entrepreneurial you can find. So to say that Nigerian youths are not availing themselves of these opportunities, I think won't be a fair assessment of what the Nigerian youths are doing. I feel whilst young people avail themselves to these opportunities, the opportunities are not enough. It remains a responsibility of a government at all levels to continue to create these opportunities, to continue to create the enabling environment for young people to innovate. So we've seen in the recent past a lot of innovative ideas from young people. Take, for instance, when the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic happened, we saw different Nigerian youths innovating equipment to come to the aid of victims of the COVID-19. We've seen young people who have invented ventilators, who have produced hand sanitizers, who have produced automated washing facilities. So this really underscores the sort of innovation that's going on. But I think that young people at all levels aren't getting enough support. And we must, as representatives of government, continue to create that sort of environment for young people to thrive.
Thank you. Now, Remigius, let's get your own assessment of the contribution of Nigerian youth to national development.
We have in record times certain Nigerian youths who had made tremendous impact, especially in leadership. And that, in a nutshell, cannot be jettisoned in a very quick time. If you recall, sometime in 1999, after the election of President Obasanjo, a youth was appointed FCT minister, talking about Governor Nasir El-Rufai. Each time I go through the streets and throughout the city of Abuja, you see a landmark impact. And over time, this achievement has not been measured in fact, no other person so far has been able to achieve that feat. Nigerian youths so far, in my perspective, are having a new culture of participation in the cause for national development, especially since the inception of this administration, where opportunities were created for a plethora of youths to make participation. Currently, we have youths in various agencies of government and many more who are coming, making greater impacts, especially in a bid to rid our society of corruption, introducing that as a transmissible political culture. So far, Nigeria youths, we are consciously taking our place in the cause for national development.
Okay, now back to you, Ibrahim. Let's take a look at what more you think government can do to harness the creative potentials in young persons who have no resources of their own. We are aware of the social investment programs of government, and what do you think? How do you think this can get to more young persons?
Well, I think there are basically three things that governments at all levels must begin to do as a matter of urgency for young people. One is to continue to build the capacity of young people through special skills acquisition mechanisms, increased funding in education and special schools for skills acquisition. The second is to increase access to finance and access to capital for young people. We've seen initiatives like the Nigeria Youth Investment Fund. It's laudable. It's very encouraging to see it come to life. And the third thing that government must do is also to create access to market for young people. So in a nutshell, the best kind of investment any government can do in young people is to create more opportunities for them to be in business. I keep saying that two of the most important things that we can do as young people, especially in Africa and more particularly in Nigeria, is one, we have a responsibility to participate in governance because our country is in dire need of our talent and our innovations. The second thing we must do as young people is to be very active in the private sector and build businesses, because it is these businesses that have that impact on our day-to-day lives. When you're engaged in production and buying and selling, that's how to create an economy that is self-sustaining and will create more jobs. We've seen examples from some states of the country. More particularly, let me talk about my state of Nasarawa, where the governor has established a very specially created skills development initiative for young people to train agripreneurs, that is to expose young people to the agriculture sector. So that initiative is aimed at, it's called the Nasarawa Agricultural Skill Development Initiative Scheme, which will expose a number of young people to training on agriculture. And in the same vein, these young people will be given a parcel of land to cultivate in, and government will also create access to increase access to capital for them, and also in collaboration with the private sector create a marketplace for them. So these are little examples of what governments at all levels must continue to do to improve the situation of young people. And of course, governments at all levels must also increase the levels of participation of young people in governance. You see this all over the country, that young people are making positive contributions to the development of their states.
Ibrahim, I'll be back. I'll get back to you. We really must take a break now. We're discussing youth response to national development on this International Youth Day. And the program is Nigeria Today. We'll be back shortly.
So what am I doing to support the country? To be a good citizen, to be my best in whatever I do, and then to just be a good citizen, and then I'm self-employed, so I don't just stay home like that. So I'm self-employed. So
the youth now, I don't know, most of them they just focus on, should I say, social media. They just everything is about social media. They don't do things that will impact the youth.
I'm a technician. I repair fridge and air condition. Anyone need my service, I render the service to the person.
I'm doing work. I'm under NURTW, National Union of Road Transport Workers. I used to come out every day. Why? Because if I didn't come out, nobody will benefit anything from me. And I have many people that I'm financing. So
presently, I'm just living a crime-free life. I try not to indulge in illicit activities.
We all have little things to contribute to the society. The only thing I can do in my little capacity is to live by example. You don't just keep quiet and allow bad things to happen, malpractices. When you are working and you see other people doing what is not supposed to do or doing things against the norms of society, you correct them.
I know the pandemic is very serious and it's really weighing this country down, but they should not give up. Because it's the youth, we are the future leader of tomorrow. And as a youth, if you do not determine, if you do not set your lifestyle now, like you don't start where, you will not end where tomorrow. So
thanks for staying with us. Nigerian youths reacting there to the International Youth Day. And we still have with us Ibrahim Adam Abdullahi, Special Assistant to the Nasarawa State Governor on Investment and Economic Planning, as well as Remigius Wamo, who is the National Leader, Movement of Progressive Youth of Nigeria. Remigius, could you react to the comments there by Nigerian youth?
Okay, particularly I want to take just one. The area somebody mentioned, unemployment. There is a window currently created by the federal government to end unemployment in the country. But before you utilize that opportunity or take advantage of that window, I would rather advise my brothers and sisters, the young people of Nigeria, to follow their passion. You cannot succeed in any endeavor without a dimension of passionate pursuit of that interest. The federal government, through the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, has just created the Nigeria Youth Investment Fund. And according to the details of that program I've read, youths are to assess a loan at a single-digit interest rate of 5%, between 250,000 naira to 50 million naira annually. And this is to be released in 3 different tranches, 25 billion per year. Unemployment will continue to rise in Nigeria, except if we begin to pursue our future success based on passion and self-discovery.
Okay, let's return to Ibrahim. Let's look at the issue of the not too young to run. It was widely supported to help young people How helpful, how impactful has this act been? Are you satisfied with the responses of younger persons to this opportunity?
Yes, indeed. We're very grateful to President Muhammadu Buhari for making that a dream possible. But we've just crossed one hurdle in terms of the eligibility. Now we're eligible, but the system must also create a level playing ground for young people to be able to compete with older candidates. I mean, young people generally have little or no access to campaign finance, so it's financing is a problem. You see the way our political system is. So, but I think that we will get there. The first hurdle is that of eligibility and being able to run. Now that we can run, I think that we will leverage this mechanism, this framework, this opportunity. But we must also come as a body of young people to unite and really kick the old block out, because it's really just this is our time, and we have the skills. We have the experience required to be able to participate, run for offices, and make the desired impact. It is only young people that have real skin in the game, because as a young person, you're also very mindful of your own future. You have, God willing, many years ahead of you, so you'll be very conscious of the decisions you take and the actions you take whilst in office. So I think that young people are still the best and most suitable to be in governance. But we will continue to count on the wisdom of our adults, and we will always continue to be grateful for the adult decision makers that continue to hold our hands and create the opportunities for us to participate in government. I'm a clear example of that sort of opportunity, being given the opportunity to serve in government, to serve His Excellency the Governor of Nasarawa State, Governor Abdullahi Sule. This is a unique and laudable opportunity, and we must give credit to leaders like Governor Sule for really walking the talk and involving young people in government.
Thank you. I really must run now. Now, let's get back to the studio. Remigius, young people are still being used to foment trouble during elections. Why has this persisted, despite the various programs our government has put in place to get young people gainfully employed? Very briefly, please.
Like I did say in my last statement, the importance of passion in whatever you do. Coming down to politics, what is your interest? Do you want to collect money during electioneering stroke elections and disappear, or you want to be part of the system? I propose a process I call, when I was here, I made mention that politics and power is like a relay race. Until you are in a race with those running the race, you cannot see the button. It's just like in the Bible days when a mantle was transferred from Elijah to Elisha. So in participating in our national politics, building interest in government, who are the leaders currently on seat today? Who are those who were there before? Where are we going from now? Like the government currently fighting corruption, this is a call to Nigeria youths to come close to the government, to the leaders whose impacts are felt, both now and in the past, to have a political marriage such that the baton can be transmitted favorably to us in future. Because there is a place of mentorship in leadership development. So when you don't have this strategic tool, you cannot function effectively as a leader tomorrow, despite your age bracket. All right, thank you. I'll quickly run back to Ibrahim. Tell us in a minute, or maybe less than that if you can, how the social media can, what role the social media can play in redirecting youth, you know, the engagement of youth, the mindset and the psyche. Very briefly, please.
proven in recent times to be a very strong tool for change and development in terms of access to information, access to people, and building a coalition of young people. So I think that young people must continue to use media positively to engage, to interact, and to also use it as a tool to build a very, very strong coalition. Because as young people, we have two things: we have our youthful age, and then we have the internet. And I think these are very powerful tools for any democracy
so
to advance.
To take advantage of the social media to make their voice loud, right? Thank you very much.
Yes, we must continue to do that.
Thank you very much, Ibrahim Adamu Abdullahi. I'm afraid that's the much we can take from you, Special Assistant to the Nasarawa State Governor on Investment and Economic Planning. Thanks for joining us.
You're welcome.
And Remigius Nwawu, the national leader, Movement for Progressive Youth of Nigeria. Thanks for sharing your thoughts with us today.
Thank you, ma'am.
Well, that's Nigeria Today. We thank you for staying with us. You can watch this edition and others on the youtube.com/NTA News 24 Hub. We'll be back again same time tomorrow. I am Ann Jibuno. Bye for now.